Happy Monday, guys. Tomorrow, Elliot will be back, so you guys will not have to hear from me for a bit. Um, okay, I don't know if it's just me, but like this is the spy today, and it's 2 o'clock. We have like extremely low volume, and I thought it was just me, but maybe it's not. Maybe there's some news coming on because I haven't checked, so we can take a look at Forex. Okay. I don't think that. Okay, FOMC tomorrow, but that's not much. Consumer confidence comes up Wednesday, unemployment. So it's kind of the normal stuff. And then there's some news on Friday.
What news is on Friday? Hold on, can you go back to that?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Friday is PCE.
Well, what's next week? I don't think we really have much until the end of the year.
I don't think so
Just
either. Unemployment
yeah.
after that. Because I mean, like, we're very close to the end of the year now. Yeah, so next week is just unemployment. So then Monday we're off, obviously, for Christmas. That's it. But I don't know. This is weird.
Is this typical of end of the year behavior or
Let's take a look. I don't know. All right, so we are what? It's the 20th, but we can take a look at December, like towards like 2 weeks prior. We can take a look because like this is unusually like very, very low.
Yeah, we have to think about last week too. We had quad witching,
Yeah, that's
massive volume. I think people are just stunned from last week. It might just be, might be an easy
and Jason, you have a good point.
consolidation.
Like last week was insane volume, but it's like not even being mad. I mean, we'll probably get to like 60, maybe 60 or so, which is I guess it's average. Yeah, yeah, you're probably right, Jason, but we can take a look and observe anyways, but Um, okay. I'll just go through the four that I usually look at. IWM is consolidating. It looks like it's trying to, hold this area. Yeah, nothing else. Everything's like kind of QQQ. I think QQQ broke out. Yep, it did. Okay, DIA. And that is a doji. Okay, is DIA an all-time high? Sorry if I'm scrolling really fast, guys. I think it looks like DIA, is it? I think it's at all-time highs. Unless I'm missing weeks. Yeah, I guess so. All right. Yeah, I guess it is at all time highs. Okay. We'll take a look at the spy one later, but about the volume I don't know. It's weird. But maybe Jason has a point about the quad chain. Okay. There's like I'm not really monitoring that much stuff. I'm in Tesla, but that's about it. Is there anything that you guys are looking at? If not, we can go through screening. So Tesla broke out. It looks like it's trying to hold. We'll see where it is by the end of the day. This is the only one that looks normalish on volume. Like from perspective, it'll probably match last Friday's. Okay. But yeah, we can go.
Amazon broke out. I was in it earlier and I took profit and I think I might look at the end of the day. It's not going to have the volume, but I still think it'll be if it gets over 45 around 50 million, I'll probably jump back in that
I
breakout.
think that's actually it probably will get there. And this is the only time I actually look at the histograms, but it's all starting to change. So yeah, I like this one. Um, Let me pull up the weekly to see. I don't even know what the price target is, but this is an all-time high for Amazon, I don't think.
You know what the nice thing about all-time highs are?
What?
There's no bag holders up there.
True. I think you're looking at like 157 for the next one.
What you talking about Amazon?
Yeah, because Amazon definitely broke out, and I think it's a good
Yeah.
one. I would say the next looks like the next wick is 157. Is that
Let's see. I
158?
hadn't really evaluated if I do get back in. I mean, I could push.
I think,
around 160, I think.
yeah, 158, 160 is definitely fair game. I'm just going off the last wick. That's
I mean, I
150.
would even look at, they're expensive though, but lo longer terms, and then you could really just sit on it. I'm just thinking it's going to grind higher here, but
Yeah, I
risk
mean,
buy.
I like the fact that like buyers have immediately stepped in. The breakout is strong. Yeah, Amazon's a good one. Sorry. Sorry guys, I'm like going off on the scrolling and it drives my husband absolutely nuts. He's like, you're too fast and I can't see anything. So I'm doing the same thing. Um okay. I noticed XLC was the strongest, so we can kind of take a look at stocks in XLC and then we can go from the way that I screen stuff, but and then we can go through the Elliott way. So Jason, I've been using your methods for at least screening. This has been easier for me. Go. Is that not good enough? Okay.
Meta is breaking out too in low volume.
Yeah, it looks like low volume, and I don't know what's going on. Yeah, everything looks low in volume, and maybe it's just comparisons. I don't know. Okay. This this is weird. If XLC is supposedly breaking out, but all these are not doing much of anything. Also, did I remember to record? Sorry.
You
I'm like,
did.
okay, all right, sorry. I'm like all types of a mess today. All right, Netflix, TV, let's break now. No, no. We can look at Google maybe. No. Yeah, I guess we could look at Google and Charter maybe. That looks so low in volume though. Okay, let's look at Google and then we can look at Meta. All right, so I think volume's going to be around probably 30. 30, maybe 40 if we're lucky. Okay, Jason, you were mentioning about the volume that's unnatural because it was Friday, right?
Well, last week we just had all that news and the market took it well, and people were going bonkers on buying, buying, buy. And I think asset managers were behind the eight ball, so they were buying. And I think people have just been maybe a little drunk from last week.
Like
That's
FOMO.
my theory, anyways. I think if you're going to get in today, you're going to have to accept the fact that you may not have increased volume, or you just wait until tomorrow and see what the week brings.
That is true because the only thing that I'm seeing is like for right now, this is pretty strong. It's breaking above the 50-day moving average. It's, I mean, price target probably like 138-ish. But I mean, I would cut out if it breaks below these moving averages. But yeah, it's for me, I struggle as a trader when we go after an event that is so large in volume and then comparing it, it's hard for me to like process that. It's because like I'm just mentally slow. But aside from that, I do like this one. Okay, what was the other one? Meta. This one, okay. This might be the highest close. I thought it was, yeah. I know. Okay, I think actually Meta might be better because it looks like it probably will get 20. We still have 2 hours left.
What? Go back to. I'm wondering
Google?
on Google.
Hmm?
I might be getting my charts mixed up. Do we have an upper trend line? We have some. Yeah, it's approaching some
Sorry,
resistance there. If you draw,
I didn't even draw because okay, I will draw for you.
I might stick. I would probably steer clear. Well, you have a little room to go, but I don't think your risk to reward is very good there.
No, that's just why I liked Meta better. 137.5. Isn't that why? Yeah, yeah, I agree with you on the risk to reward. I mean, it looks good aside from that, but yeah, it's hitting right. It's gonna hit right around there. It depends on how this thing even closes. Because you would probably I would be cutting out right around if it gets clustering around these moving averages. But yeah, you're right, Jason. The risk to reward is not the best. Let's check on Meta because Meta kind of looks like Amazon in a way. So it's so it's right here. And I think it is the breaking out, like it's breaking out in that sense. It's making newer highs. I have to see the weekly to even know what the price target is. So because I don't know. I have to look. But if it continues that and with the volume, it's gonna be like moving in that direction. So I'll take a look. 247.14. Another option too is you can play a bull put or a bull call to spread. When was the last time Meta even got here? Been a while. Okay. A lot of times also for traders just in general, if you do not see where the like yeah, definitely work out. If you don't know where the price target is based on the daily, you're gonna have to pull like further out, which is the weeklies. And I had to pull several years to figure out where we are. It looks like from the weekly 353. I'm like squinting right now. But yeah, it looks like 353.
350, 359 is what I pulled.
Okay. Yeah, around there, because I see the highest wick is over there. Yeah, around there. 350, 359.
Yeah, somewhere in there.
Yeah, so 353s. But I mean, I think this is a contender. Yeah, hopefully, I think the volume will pick up by the end of the day. This one seems pretty good. I like this one better than Meta. I'm sorry,
Vol-
Google. Yeah,
Volume's actually picking up as we speak. So it's interesting. It'd be a good one to look at the end of the day. I'm not sure where it's going to go from here.
I think so too. I think the volume on this one looks the best. Oh gosh. Yeah, I like this one the best so far. And it's interesting, like it's a pure bullish engulfing candle with like hardly any wick. All right, I will hold on. Did I miss anyone else who's waiting in the room? Okay, we're good. We're good. So I'm just trying to monitor all this. Okay,
Hey,
Meta,
Erin,
huh?
Erin,
Yes.
for the last, I don't know what you guys think on this, but for the last, and Jason, for the last since maybe the 1st of November, maybe further back and maybe not so further back, but it seems like it's a trend right now that on Mondays, volume just blows. It just seems like the big money staying out, or it just seems like it's been an average trend for at least a month.
Mm.
That volume is just not there.
Yeah, Jim, you could be right. I don't know. It's just maybe it's a Monday thing. Jason brought up
Yeah,
that Friday was just the quad witching, like so many options expiring because we had insane volume on some of the stocks. Like it's the most volume that I've ever seen on stock.
right.
So I
And
don't.
then Monday, yeah, and then Monday it turns around and
Yeah,
everybody's on the beach.
it could be, and it's like also the holidays. I'll take a look at Kava. Okay, so it's so far it's Meta and Amazon to take a look. Okay, Kava. What is this?
Good point, Jim. I just looked back at SPY and you're right on some of those Mondays. This slow
Yeah,
grind up on
that
SPY has
it's
been
been
a low volume grind. It's been really
it's
interesting.
yeah, it's becoming a trend that it
Monthly
seems
stock.
like either the big money or nobody is really
Doing it.
getting in.
What is this stock? Kava? I've never heard of it. But it has good volume. My only concern is it's
Kava's new. I'd be
yeah,
careful on that one.
yeah, I would not touch it just because of it's 2023. I pulled up this is for the year. I would not touch this one because it doesn't have enough history for me to go off of it.
I don't even think it has a 200 yet, does it? No.
No. Okay, yeah, that's a very
I
good sign.
mean,
If it
not
doesn't
saying
have
it's
a
not a,
red flag, it hasn't even been a full complete year yet because it became public in June. I wouldn't touch it. I think at least if it, I like things for at least to have like a few years of history before I go like, yeah, it's good. Because I chickened myself out of a play because I felt like there wasn't enough history, but then of course it ran. But okay, it's not just okay, Netflix. Hold on. Netflix. I'm assuming Netflix looked better earlier. Hold on a second. Let's see. This could possibly be the highest close. And we're gonna have decent volume. Okay. Yeah, I think this will be the highest close. The only oh my gosh. This is hard to like put in. All right, I'm trying to be precise with you guys. All right, let's take a look. Bro, I'm assuming you're thinking bullish on this one. I do not draw trend lines as well as Elliot does. I mean, I'm trying to think about which. Oh, I have to pull up the weekly because I don't even know where this is in the context of what's our price target. But it so far looks good. I mean, it's closing. If it were to close right now, it's still close higher. Okay, 7 years. Sorry if it's small, guys. I just have to pull up a lot of years. Wow, Netflix used to be at 700. Okay, right here. Oh, okay. That is a trap. Okay. Well, I guess it looks like the next area is this like 500, but I don't know if it would actually hit that. But based on that, like how Netflix moves, it's highly possible, but who knows? Um, sorry, I'm thinking, guys. I actually think this one's pretty good. If it closes higher than the last week's or the last several days that it's been trying to break out, and it's gonna already have increased volume, I think. I think this was a good one. It's just I don't typically touch Netflix, and it's just own personal preference. Um, but yeah, I think this one could be good. Just I guess my oh gosh, I'll tell you my stop loss, but I'm kind of tight. My stop loss would probably be if it were to break lower than 483 because that means this area is in play. 473 or 475 or whatnot, which is the next level of support. That would be my stop loss. But make sure that it definitely like by the end of the day, because you're gonna have increased volume for sure. Just make sure it closes higher than this 483 or 482.70 because that was the or I'm sorry here 485. That was the highest like where it held. That's where I would say like I'd like for it to hold, and then I'd be like, yeah, this is pretty good then. Um, but in the longer term, I think 500 is definitely in play. In the shorter term, I would think it would probably try to reach again this week again, which is it says it's 492. I feel like it'll oh I should say I feel it looks like it would probably try to attempt to reach that again because it's already gone there once. So because this one the highest was 485. But yeah, then that's a good one. Okay. I just went through this. I can we can look at the other sectors and then if you guys have any other call outs, I'll let you guys know. Oh, okay. Mm, Energy broke out. I think the video was doing something today. I don't know what it is doing now. We'll take a look at it. Yeah. The issue is I don't know where this is gonna go. Because 502 is the high. We're in uncharted waters. But it's gonna have increased volume. So that's good. And I think that's the highest. I think I would choose Netflix over this one. Just because I get uncomfortable when things are at all-time highs and I just don't know where to go from there. PLTR. I'm assuming bears. What is this? I don't know. It's not pretty. I don't even know what it is. It's in consolidation. So I have, okay. Baba's getting some licks. Okay. All right. I'll pull up Baba. It's all of China for some reason. It's like it's being lifted up, and I think it's because Xi Jinping like started propping the market up or something. Okay. Rob, I don't really see a play. If I were to play this, I would have said yesterday because we had a bearish engulf or we had an inverted hammer candle with decent volume, but this is just straight up in consolidation and it's not really making a move or decision yet. So I would just watch it.
I'd be careful with PLTR. If you look at the daily and you look at SPY, PLTR is really weak to SPY.
The
If you're,
relative strength.
yeah, the relative strength is just a dog on that one. I would be careful, although it is riding the 50, but I think there's better picks.
I agree. We just said, right? Like Netflix looked better. Amazon looked better, right? Meta. So I would probably not do that one. Okay. Oh, yeah, this is one I'm watching too. All right. Yeah, I like Baba a lot. Actually, there's another thing too to note. Baba has dividends in 2 days. It's a Chinese stock, but one of the things that I just noticed, which I like, is all right. So people have been asking me when do I start looking at the weekly? I look at the weekly almost immediately because I like to see where the trend is overall going. And last week for Baba, we had a very like a bullish engulfing week, and then buyers stepped in pretty quickly. So potentially, it could potentially be creating this lower wick to go higher, which it looks like the next level up would be 77.39. So I look at the weekly almost every single day, and my setup is showing that the weekly comes first. That's what I look at. But yeah, I do like Baba. I think there's like a bunch of Chinese stocks that I'm kind of watching actually.
If you look at
JP's.
Baba on the daily,
Mhm.
what I like about it is on Friday it pushed up over the 20 and it rejected. And then
Yeah.
today it opened a little lower. It got that little gap fill and now it's pushing back up. So I'll be watching for it to clear the 20
Oh,
with
the
volume.
yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then you can use the 20 or Friday as your stop loss, a real tight stop loss, and see if you can get it to push up to 78,
Yeah.
78, something like that.
Yeah, I think it's realistic because I know when Baba bottomed out last time, it like went up like 17%. Not saying that this thing's gonna drop 17%, but the fact that the bounce started, what was it? Pretty much the 12th. And like we gradually grinded higher with increased volume.
Yeah.
I don't like the
You got
time
a little,
bottoms, but like this is looking like it.
you got a little cup and handle and a tweezer bottom. I just like
It
the way it looks. It's just a definite watch list.
Yes, exactly. But I agree with you. And I know another one that I'm watching is JD, which I think it's in the same area as Baba, and they look kind of all the same. They're like retracing.
Yeah.
This one I didn't choose this one as much because like there's these weird gaps going on, but you can
What is
clearly see
JD? Can you roll up? What's that one?
uh
Oh,
Ron.
okay.
It's another Chinese stock.
Well, pull up
Right.
PDD while you're in there then. What does it look like?
Okay.
It
PD.
gets a little different.
What is
Oh,
PD?
interesting.
Oh, that is weird.
What's the volume on that one?
Crap.
Huh.
But I don't. It could be crap because we had like really. What the heck is PD? Is this Chinese?
Yeah.
Okay, then so maybe JD is just a lagger. I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know enough about the macro environment, but I do like the Baba chart.
Oh, I do too, and that's the reason why I purely base it off that chart. Because when Baba runs, like it really runs. And I like this falling wedge pattern and then like this little rounded bottom that's starting to form and all that. So yeah, I agree with you. And like everything, this is the only time I start looking at these things, but like all of them are starting to move. And like even this, sorry, this is different stuff, so I won't mention it. But okay.
And again, Baba is interesting, and I guess be careful because I apologize. I think it might have been Rob who brought up PLTR a minute ago, and I shot it down pretty quickly because it didn't follow SPY. But then you look at Baba and you're like, well, what the heck, man? That thing is really weak to SPY. But the Chinese stocks run a little different, so just to
Yes,
keep that in
that's
mind.
also, yeah. I think there was another one that I'm watching, which I saw this on Friday and I got really pissed. But freaking it gapped out because I saw this like this has been a heavy consolidation. This is also a Chinese stock. But I loved this. Like it just kept on going back and forth, and it's finally breaking out now. So I'm gonna wait for it to retest. So this is another one that I'm watching. But this was news came out this morning, and I saw this on Friday. But news came out this morning, and it was pretty much something with Saudi Arabia buying stuff, something like that. But yeah, this is what I'm watching too. Okay. Is there anything else that you guys are watching? Because I mean, I can just scroll through FinBiz, but I don't really scroll this way. I actually just look at this and see which ones are movers, and that's what I do. You
Did
can
you
look
say
at
you
one.
were in?
Hmm?
Oh, I'm sorry. Did you say you were in Tesla or watching
Yeah,
Tesla?
I saw it. I have it on the chart on the left, and it's just breaking 253. Let's see. I have a lot of time, but I'm gonna watch this one. Tesla always likes to give you a heart attack every single time, doesn't it? Okay, let's look at Walmart. I don't know. Okay, I screen differently than I'll let you guys know this, but I just use the chart because at least I know. That means that oh, Walmart is doing interesting things. Okay, now I think there's actually enough for us to say that we have something to go off. It's creating like a higher low structure, which is nice. It's trying to grind up. I'd like it to have more volume, but I know last week was kind of nuts. We might get to 7.5. No, I think we might get to 10. We'll see. But this is one that I actually do like. It's creating a higher lower structure. It like a watch list was here. It broke through the 200-day moving average. I mean, next year we could try to shoot for like 155.30. I would, if I were to enter this, my stop loss would be the 200-day moving average. But yeah, at least it's creating like a structure of some kind. Okay, 1 second.
Erin,
Jason,
check
what?
the chat. Rob threw out a good one.
SMCI, okay.
I was looking at that earlier today. It's expensive, but it's definitely a great call out.
This is a conductor one, semiconductor. Okay, no, it's technical. Oh, I like this one. Okay, hold on. I'm gonna draw some stuff and I'll have to cut it in a little bit because I need to change it so it's on Google Meets because I'm not limited to time frames.
Yeah, super micro is like a I think it's boosting because of AI because it's like a it's like server hardware, kind of like Dell, but for uh data centers.
Okay. All right. So
Yeah, 32-day contract, one out the money. It's at 320 is $23. So
ooh, that's expensive. It's 20. Oh, maybe
yeah,
it's
but
debit spread.
yeah, let's see if we do one in and one out. It would be
You
I'd be
think
about $1.25, but the spread is pretty big, $1.20 to $1.60
hmm,
from the mid to the natural. I don't know. I've been looking at this all day trying to figure out a way to get into it because I do like the setup, Rob. Good call out.
no, that is good. Rob, your calls have been getting a lot better. I can already see it.
And then they're like $20. They're not $20 spreads, but the volume sits on 20.
This
So
is
it's at like 320 and
I've noticed that too.
$10 spreads. Yeah.
Okay. I think Meta and Amazon are the best ones that I've seen so far. If I were to say if you guys are gonna play something, I would choose probably Meta or Amazon.
Oh, I don't know, Aaron.
What? What?
SMCI is nice. I don't know.
No,
If you can figure out a way to get in there at a good price, I would look at that one too.
no, I do like it. It's just like this. Yeah, I guess you're right. I don't know. I've never traded this one. What the heck am I doing? I like the breakout. The volume is really good.
So
Ah,
what's your risk there is that upper trend line. Maybe
yeah.
half of today's wick would be your stop loss, but what's your upside? You're in a gap up to what is that? Like, I can't read your chart.
I
340.
think it's 330. At least, right? Here.
Yeah. What
Three
is that?
no,
3?
340? It's
Yeah, I
possible.
don't know.
340 or so? It's possible. Okay, if you guys don't feel comfortable playing this with real money, just like paper trade it, whatever. Because all the setups at the end of the day, they look almost all the same. We're seeing a breakout and increased volume. And where it's at, risk to reward. I agree. Okay, SMCI, Amazon, and what was it? Google? No, Meta. I'm sorry. Amazon, Meta, SMCI. I liked both of those.
Are you talking fast and cutting us off? We only have 30 minutes. Did you say you had a time limit on this or no?
Hold on a second. It will note. Oh, it says I have 6 minutes left. As I usually I have to change the thing to make it Google Meets or whatever. But yeah, I think this one is
Aaron, I got one more. Affirm, possibly.
I was wanting to get into firm after Thanksgiving and then I forgot about it and it ran like 10% that day
Oh
and
man.
then the pullback never happened. Okay, what are you thinking?
What is they're tech, right? Oh yeah.
They're actually, I believe they're I thought they were the company that splits credit card payments, but maybe I'm wrong.
Okay. Sorry. Sorry to cut you off, Rob.
Yeah, so bounce, bull.
Okay, are you thinking bounce to like 46.96? Okay,
I was thinking possibly higher, but like new high.
I don't even know where this is. Hold on, let me pull up.
Pull up the weekly here, and you're going to see it's a newer stock, but you have a
Right
really
here.
nice stop loss there at like the low of today. Today,
Yeah, the lowest day. Okay, so
but it
it's
is stretched.
funny you mentioned this. I was looking at this when it was here, then I forgot about it, then I just ran. Because I saw this like rounded bottom formation, and those are one of my favorite patterns. Even though patterns are just patterns, but it just look nice and they had a good spot, whatever. Okay, yes. I guess they technically go to 51 on the weekly if you're looking longer term. Um, yeah, this one isn't bad either. It's just this looks so reaching and I don't know, it's like clustering to hold is my only concern. Is that it's just trying to figure out where to go. The volume is pretty good. It'll probably be around here. The only other thing too is like, okay, you guys are much better. Jason, you're better at like bearish divergences or whatever. Is this technically one when it's like starting to cluster down? Like everything is
Just
kind of
caught me working on something else. Where are you?
this is with the firm. Like even though this is a bullish candle, everything is starting to cluster down. The MACD, the stochastics, the RSI, which I never really use those, but
Oh, I typically only use divergences with the RSI. I know other people do it other ways. This one's a little steep to solve. I'd have to look at it a little bit closer.
no, because
Because
I
you have to
don't.
look at where's the last high. So that was back in September, and you draw a trend line from
Oh,
2563 to today, and then you look. Yeah.
Jason's like you're like a wizard. So Like this?
No, draw it up to like the necktie.
Oh,
Right.
that.
Yep, and then you draw parallel vertical lines between those two endpoints, and then go draw the same trend line on the RSI.
This is too
You
hard.
might be able to
It's too big.
eyeball it. You can see it's going up on the RSI, it's going up on the daily, so that's in check. Well,
Um,
it's a little flat, so that
that's
tells you that there could be a pullback.
yeah, that's the reason why I'm like iffy on it, because we're kind of clustering in this area. And I
Copy.
think, yeah,
It's kind of running out of
I
steam.
think it's running out because like it had such a massive move up is the only concern. Yeah, okay. It's not a bad one, but I feel like we could have gotten here. Like, there was other times. I would actually be waiting for this to either possibly break down, depending on, and it may not break down. I don't know. But yeah, okay. Meta, Amazon, SMCI. Those are the best ones I think so far that we found. It's not too much of a crazy week, but yeah, trade carefully. Don't do anything stupid. But if you guys have any questions, let me know. But yeah, that's it on my end. Thanks, guys.
Thank you.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Thanks, guys. All right, bye.